Well. Good day. Honestly, I did not know what to do for this week's video, but I put a poll on my Instagram asking people if they would like to see my presentation for class. And people said, yeah, they want to see it. So this is almost like one of those failing videos about failure and things not going your way, but you still make it work. And this is why I'm coming to you like this, because I meant to shoot this bit yesterday, but it was so dark and gray outside. As you can see, the sun is shining, so it was so dark and gray yesterday, and I couldn't be bothered, to be honest. I was so tired. But look at me now. I'm still tired. I'm still exhausted. It's been a hectic week. And I wake up to have a shower only to find our boiler is broken. So I don't have a shower cup, so I use a plastic bag to cover my hair so it doesn't get wet. This is me coming to you raw. Just to tell you, like, shit happens in life. So what happened is, with this presentation, I was meant to be in class that day, but I couldn't make it. It was half term. McKenna was sick, and also it was Kai's birthday. But I knew that I knew that I had to present something. So the presentation was ready. It had been ready for a couple of weeks, but and I'd written down some notes. But unfortunately, I couldn't make it to class. So thank God, I used Keynote, and it worked. You can do a voiceover for your presentation. So that's what I did. I ended up doing that at 5 a.m. in the morning, the day of the presentation. Don't ask me why. But it worked. So I emailed it to my friends, and they presented it to class for me. So thank you, Elsie and Renu, for helping. So I posted a photo of it on my Instagram, and that's the photo I used for the poll. And yeah, I'll have to say the section for marinated hymns, I wasn't sure whether to leave the video in or take it out. Unfortunately, I've discovered, like, on computers the audio is really bad. The equipment I used to record that video does not work on computer speakers for some reason or another, because people have been complaining to me, because that's the same equipment I used for my videos for the photography show, part 1 and 2, and the unboxing video. That's the same, because I shot all of that at the same time. I did my project with the equipment, and I did my YouTube videos content with that equipment, and I'm so disappointed. But you know what? I said, this is my fail, but I'm here. I'm turning up, I'm showing up, and I decided to go ahead and post it, as bad as the audio is, just to show people, like, not everything works out the way you want it to work out, but you just make it work. And yeah, well, like today, I don't even know if I'm going to leave the house today. I can't even shower. Or I might do old school and boil water on a pot and use a bucket. I do not know, but yeah, this is me rocking up. And just letting people know, like, shit happens in life, but you just gotta dust yourself off and move on, and it's gonna be okay. At the end of the day, things are going to get better. I'll stop rambling now. So here goes the presentation, the one I showed in class, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
Hi everyone. Sorry I wasn't able to make it for today's presentation. I hope you can hear me okay. So I'm gonna read some notes and just show you 2 of my projects that I worked on in my first year. When I started this course, I didn't know the direction I wanted to go when it came to the subject matter of my projects. I did, however, do a project about women in sports for my BA in photography, And honestly, this is a topic, project-wise, that is still evolving and ongoing. Having said that, when it came to the first project that I did for my MA, with guidance and persuasion from my lecturers, I decided to do something different that did not involve women in sports. So I decided to work on my street photography and general observations I have made over the years. And this is how See to Be Seen came about, as it is an observation on what it means to be a tourist today in the world of social media and mobile phone technology. This idea of how tourists put on this performance when visiting countries around the world, with the way they interact with the space they visit and how they decide to document their presence within these spaces. I drew inspiration from Martin Paz's images of tourists at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, as you can see here. I myself I've kind of done something similar to this, and back in 2012, I went to Paris for Paris Photo, and when I was doing my tourist thing and visiting some sites, this is what I was trying to attempt to put my hand like it's touching the top of the Louvre, and guess what, guys? I nailed it. So, coming up are some images that I took around London and some that I took when I went to Paris last year in 2018 for Paris Photo. So, I'll just go through the slides right now. As you can see here, I was actually like focusing on people posing and sites and the person who was also taking the pictures, and you can also see tourists around them, the way they are in these spaces. So I'll keep just going through the slides here. As you can see, it's basic. Sometimes it's the subtlest of movements with people, just general poses, but sometimes they're a bit dramatic, like the guy here who's crouching down. He was actually photographing the guy standing with the awkward pose, but he turned to photograph something else. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, that's that. And then using like telephone booths for props, which is a common feature, especially in London. Horses guards. And then the next slide is actually one of the few photographs that I took in Paris. Excuse me. Here again, as you can see, as much as people are not doing much, you can tell they're using their mobile phones. Like the gentleman with the brown coat has a phone like slightly on his chest there, photographing the Pompidou Center. And then on the right hand side, the lady is lying on the floor and photographing the same building. So yeah. And then some night shots, as you can see here. For this project, I haven't shown you everything. I decided to make, because we were exhibiting this project in the space, I decided to make 14 pairs of diptychs that I could display on the wall. So they were printed on 6x4 prints. And in case you're wondering, I did shoot this project using my phone. I think this was just a continuity project, like people are photographing themselves in these spaces using their phone. So I thought I might as well do the same, just photograph them using my phone, and rather than a camera pointing at them and with them wondering what am I doing. So in a sense, I could also disappear within the space and just observe them without being so intrusive. It's almost like a voyeuristic kind of. It's almost voyeuristic. So yeah. And when it came to printing my images, as you can see here, this is my installation shot and how I paired them. I actually went to a what do you call them? A photo kiosk in Boots, and I printed them. My thought process was like, if a tourist wanted to print their pictures, which I know a lot of people hardly do that anyway, but if they wanted to print the pictures, what would they do? Would they go to a photo kiosk like the ones that are available at Boots and do that, or would I go to photo labs like Slappy Snaps to do that? In my instance, I decided to think like a tourist and what I would do if I was a tourist and I wanted some of the images printed. And this is what I did. Unfortunately, because I'm not there, I would have brought my finished, how I presented this in book format. I made a maquette. I don't know how to say the word, forgive me. I made a maquette of this book, and the cover was actually, if I can sorry, I can't go back. The cover was one of the images that were shot at night, and then the back of the cover was like a postcard format. Anyway, next time I'm around uni, I'll try and bring one in so you can actually see it. Unfortunately, I didn't put a slide of it here, but this is actually a close-up of one of the pairs. Yeah. So on to my next project. Actually, it's marinated hymns. And the next slide, I will let it play through. I don't know how I will do this, but
Wape wape vidonge vyao, wakifinya wasifinye ni shauri yao. Wape wape vidonge vyao, wakifinya wasifinye ni shauri yao. Waniita malaya, malaya wa mtaa, waniita malaya, malaya wa mtaa. Mwenye kulipani wewe, mwenye kushushani wewe jama. Wape wape vidonge vyao, wakifinya wasifinye ni shauri yao. Wape wape vidonge vyao, wakifinya wasifinye ni shauri yao. Waniita sugar daddy wa mtaa, waniita sugar daddy wa mtaa. Mwenye kufanywani wewe na mwenye kulipwani wewe jama. Wape wape vidonge vyao, wakifinya wasifinye ni shauri yao. Wape wape vidonge vyao, wakifinya wasifinye ni shauri yao. We want another one, just like the other one. We want another one, just like the other one. Another one, just like the other one. We want another one, just like the other one. Eh, 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 eh. Bibi mgani huyo, bibi mgani huyo, bibi mgani huyo, anataka nilale chini. Bibi mgani huyo, bibi mgani huyo, bibi mgani huyo, anataka nilale chini. Kondom nimenunua, kitu imeshasimama na nimeshaivaa, anataka nilale chini. Bibi mgani huyo, bibi mgani huyo, bibi mgani huyo, anataka linale chini. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home.
So guys, as you've seen, this video actually loops in an installation space, in an exhibition space. So it loops, it goes back to the beginning. But I just wanted to let you know that for this project, I decided to go back to my topic of choice, women in sport. And this time I looked at the female fan. I had this rugby hymn book that I'd kept with me for almost 10 years, not knowing what I would do with it. And this presented itself as the perfect opportunity to make a body of work. And this is the hymn book right here. This is the original hymn book. It's has this salmon paper on it, and some of the songs that are in the book are showcased here. With this book, basically these songs are a bit sexist and they degrade women, and I'm actually shocked that somebody made this book, especially in this day and age of women equality, Me Too era, and everything. I can't believe I actually even requested for somebody to buy this book for me because I wanted to sing these songs in the rugby stands as a fan. And I'm glad that I didn't get to use the book. I just folded it and kept it in my bag. And every time I used to go and shoot sports and be with my friends, it was always in my bag. That's why you can see the line going across the book there, because it was always folded and in my bag. But I never got to use it. And I'm glad that I didn't. But these are songs I was even singing at one point in time as a rugby fan. So as you've seen, that this video is an experiment, and I decided to do a self-portrait on the topic, and it's me singing some of the songs from the hymn book. Some are in Swahili, my native, kind of my national language because I'm Kenyan, and you had the common one that you hear in any rugby match, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. And this is how I presented the project in the exhibition space. The installation was a video projection on the wall and the height of an average television around most homes. And I also presented a copy of the marinated hymn book. I didn't put the original on there because I didn't want it to get lost. So it was there on the plinth so visitors can pick it up and look at it while listening to the video. And yes, that's it. So what's next for me? Especially with See to Be Seen, as you can see there, I'll continue shooting it. So whenever I'm traveling around the world, I'll continue with that project because I find it to be really interesting, making these observations and hopefully one day turn it into a book. And with Marinated Hymns, I'm hoping that one day I would get to shoot more women who partake in sports. I'll shoot more video pieces. The how, where, when, and with who, I don't know yet, and only time will tell. Right now, I'm going to focus on my next MA project, which is the photo book, and I'm still formulating some ideas. So watch this space, and I hope to see you guys soon. So take care. that's the end of my presentation. Bye.